but I think people want to eat anyways. So I see Chris there, and it should start flowing through. And I don't know who's going to be jumping in. If not, Olivia, if you can't find us on Facebook, you can always find us on Instagram or YouTube for sure. Yeah, so it's giving me a message. You're having trouble streaming to Instagram. If you're ended it on Instagram, this is not. This is expected. If not, and this continues, try creating a new Instagram stream. Interesting. Okay, so Instagram doesn't like us. All right, that's okay. No surprise, right? With social media, no surprise that that's the case. So, guys, what we're going to do here tonight, for those folks who are joining us, let me jump to my other view here. We actually have a live stream going where we're going to do a dry fire. What should we say? Virtual postal match? Virtual means it's almost like it's real. Postal match, correct. What do you say?
Just do a virtual SASP match.
There we go, a virtual SASP match. And we are going to be shooting 4 of the original SASP stages that the athletes will be shooting. But the catch is we're not out on the range. As you can see, Chris and Olivia are enjoying themselves, having dinner on the sofa. And they're not out in the range. Sam is up in Nebraska. I'm going to point to Sam. Actually, Sam's over here. And I'm in North Texas. Olivia and Chris, Olivia Live is in Central Texas. We're going to do this via dry fire. We're going to follow the same rules, except we're not really going to have any divisions. Maybe in the future, if this takes off, we'll do something where it's infrared and visible laser divisions. But for the most part with dry fire, it's going to be kind of hard to do anything with revolvers. I'll put it that way. So the first stage we're going to shoot is going to be, what do we do here? Speed trap. It's going to be speed trap. And Chris, if I'm correct, you guys shoot each stage how many times? Is it 4 times or 5 times?
And we drop the slowest.
5 times and you drop the slowest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to break out a piece of paper and retract it here on the side. But each of us will go through our 5 stages first, shoot it, then we'll hand it off to the next person. But at the same time, we'll also show you a view of us shooting it. But you'll also see the software tracking the shot placement when we fire. It's going to be Laser X with Chris and Olivia. I believe that's what they're shooting. And we're going to do Laser Classic. Sam and I will be doing Laser Classic, depending if the internet and the technology holds up. Yeah. So, Olivia, Chris, I mean, who wants to have the honors? Coach or athlete? Actually, the coach is an athlete too, by the way, guys.
I'll go first, but Olivia's going to have to run the deal. So.
Okay.
Right. I'll go first. You ready to write it down?
Okay, let's do that. Let me if you want to change views, I'm going to actually give you guys the solo view at this point.
Okay. Oh, where is this camera?
Okay.
Where does that camera come from?
Right there behind you.
Oh, good lord.
Okay. So what we have here is we got speed trap set up on Laser Classic or Laser X. Sorry. Go to the screen behind. Just click the window behind it, so you can see.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There you go. Okay.
Are you ready? Stand by.
That was good. Okay. Is it 259?
259. Let me go ahead and get a piece of paper. I'll track that. Normally I do it on a spreadsheet, but we'll do 259. We'll do it informally now. So 259 is your first run. Okay.
Are you ready? Stand by. Miss.
And that was a 285. One miss?
285. 2.85. Is that right, Olivia?
Okay. 285.
Okay.
Are you ready? Stand by. Miss.
338.
338. Okay.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Ooh, 253.
253.
Final
Okay.
string.
Are you ready? Stand by. Miss.
A 268.
268. So we'll drop his worst one. And would you say that's 338, Olivia?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's add that up real quick. Or do we not want to add it up to jinx the shooter? Do we don't want to do that?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. So I have 10.65 for Chris. Does that sound about right? Now, here's a question for the folks who might be watching. They might not be familiar with this. Others have shot steel type of matches before. When you get a miss in SASP, is there a time penalty or a point penalty that gets applied?
Time penalty of 3 seconds, but it'll drop off if it's your slowest time.
Gotcha.
So what'll happen is if you miss a target and you go back and hit it, nothing happens.
Okay.
But if you hit the stop plate before you go back and hit the target, then you will get a plus 3 seconds.
Okay.
And it'll be counted as a miss, and it'll drop off if that's your slowest time, will still drop off.
So if anything, they assume that the penalty is applied because if you go back to pick up the target, then rather than giving the penalty, you took the extra time, you're going to get that penalty just having gone back to pick up the plate then.
In these steel matches, if you miss, it's a big deal. Because, like I was saying, Olivia missed making the All-State team by 0.44 seconds. So it's some of these matches are separated by hundreds of seconds.
There you go.
It's very competitive.
So 10.65, that's what you got. We'll do Sam and myself, and then or is Olivia going next? Is that her next shot?
I can have Olivia go next if you'd like.
Okay.
That way you guys can set up and do your stuff.
Okay, good deal. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to you. Put you guys on the solo view, Olivia and Chris. And by the way, Olivia is Livie Live Shot on Instagram. That's LIVIE Live Shot, all one word, obviously, on Instagram. So if you like it, give her a follow and a like when you get there.
Are you ready? Stand by.
$265.
265, okay.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Missed it.
255.
255, okay.
Are you ready? Stand by. Miss.
349.
349, okay.
Sweat.
Are you ready? Stand by.
$213.
213.
Sheesh. Livy, slow down.
And we still got to drop her worst time, right?
Yeah. 349. You got one last string.
Oh, I have one more.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Was it?
193.
Sheesh.
193, okay. So if we
My
add that,
feeling of illness
93,
is creeping back up.
that's
again.
12.75. We'll drop 3.49, right? Chris will drop that one. And her time
Yeah.
is 9.26. Goodness sakes. And you divide that by 4, about 2.3 on each, 2.32 on each one. Okay.
So Olivia does
Miss-
this a lot.
Even
Yeah,
with
except
the,
that Miss, I
yeah.
haven't warmed up.
I was gonna say, even with the misses, come on, even with the misses, it's like give us a chance. So, just out of curiosity, I noticed we're not drawing out of the holster. It's at a low ready. Is it at a low ready or compressed ready? Or is there a certain rule?
So all SASP stuff is done at the low ready.
Okay.
There's no holsters on anything other at all in SASP, and that's what kind of makes it a really good sport for the kids. Is there's less manipulation of the firearm, and they all have to start at a low ready, safe tables. No, it's a cold range. It's a very interesting sport, and it's probably one of the. It's even across the board. So if you're the fastest, you're the fastest. It doesn't matter if you're a boy, a girl, doesn't matter. Like I said, like when you make All-State, it's the fastest person, period. It has nothing to do with male or female. It's just you are the fastest, you're the fastest.
Gotcha.
Now they do break stuff down when you go to the like national levels and the state levels. You are competing individually as well as with a squad. So you can actually make high overall male and high overall female. But when it comes to like the big awards, it's just high overall, period. It doesn't matter. So it's very competitive and a lot of fun. So
Okay. And best shot takes it all basically at that point. When you're the fastest time, you take it all. you take
Yeah.
the top seat.
If you guys are ready, we'll start. Do you want us to wait and show everybody how to do when we switch over? We can show them how to do Laser X when we switch it around.
Yeah, we'll do that. So we'll get them going. We'll go through this first stage, and then when we switch it around, that's probably a good time to show, hey, Laser X versus Laser Classic, because now I think they've been watching you shoot on Laser X, which is the web-based application that needs internet and a webcam. We'll be shooting off Laser Classic. It's installed on a Windows environment. You can do it on Apple, but there's certain things you need to do. But then there's no internet connection required. So, Sam, do you want to give it a shot first, or do you want me to go?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll give it a shot.
Hey, give it a shot. Give it 5 shots. That's what you need on each play on the whole stage.
On each plate. Oh. Sam, how are you at 15?
There you go. Well, you wanted to make sure you killed the steel. That's what you wanted to do.
Oh, what happened here? Hang on a second here.
Okay. Yeah, I think you got to bring up your Laser Classic or share your Laser Classic.
Yeah. For whatever reason. Oh, that's why. My bad.
And Sam again is out. Again, we're doing this in 3 physically different locations. We're not in the same room. Sam's in Nebraska. I'm in North Texas by Dallas, and Livy Live Shot and her coach Chris is in, let's say, Central Texas. Would you say you're Austin? Keep it strange.
Austin, Northeast, wherever, we're everywhere.
I gotcha. So you see Sam in our laser offices out in Nebraska. That's a shooting camera, and I believe the other view. What is the other view, Sam? Is that just the office view?
Well, it was the office. I can hang on a second.
That's all right.
It's like that one kind of farted out on me.
That's a technical term, farted out too.
Yeah, it is. That's my technical term for it. I don't know if that camera feed will pull back up.
Okay.
That's the other one. There we go.
There you go. Okay.
So
again,
yeah, this one's kind of going off to my
off to the side.
son's
Okay.
domain when they go play, and
There
then
you go, side view. So this is Laser Classic, where earlier you're looking at a web version of Laser X, and that's the web-based version. But same targets. We're going to do the same set of targets here.
oh, did that one wrong, and now this one will be froze.
Uh-oh.
Technical difficulties. All right.
Watch. When it comes to my turn, I'll have trouble hearing. That's my problem.
Did it again.
Did it drop on you?
What's that? Yeah, it's just I keep picking the wrong camera when you have 2 cameras of the same name.
We're not.
Now, Olivia, what are you shooting with for your laser? Are you using a Glock, or are you using a SIG or M&P?
It's a block.
The Glock version? Okay. So you're using a Glock cert at that point. At this point.
That one has the best trigger in it. We tried to do a trigger drop on our other one, and got all messed up.
Okay.
Now.
Well, I'm sure if you send it back to cert, they'll help you out.
Yes.
dial.
Call Tina.
Tina does awesome customer support there. Oh, she puts up with me, put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, Sam. So the time to beat so far, the best strings are 9.26. That's Olivia's best 4 out of this stage here.
Okay. All right.
So you got a 4.17 on that?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Are you ready? Stand by.
That one 4.37. Okay.
Oh man. Well, we all know, guys. I'm setting the bar real low for
I
you.
don't know. You're sharking us, man. You're sharking us. What you get there? 4.02. Okay.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Oh.
5.69. Okay. You got one more, Sam.
Oh no. Thought the embarrassment was over with.
It's a fast game. I got to admit, it's fast. Look at that, 3.66. Okay, let's add that up.
That's fast for me, and that's like half a second slower than Libby's fastest.
So we're going to drop your highest, which was, I got a 4.37 minus 4.37. You come out with a 17.54 for an average of 4.38, 4.39 seconds per shot.
Yes.
Nice. Good deal. Okay. So if you can cover for me, Sam, I'm going to try to do this without messing myself up.
Okay.
I'm going to try to change. Let me see if I can change the shooter view, laser classic shooting view. Let's do that.
Today in the news.
Stay on the news. There we go. Hopefully that works. And then I'm going to go to, let's do this. How's that? That's my camera view. Let me see. I won't be able to hear you too well. So there we go. Actually, I can. Okay. And this is right stage. So let me do this. So you're saying from a low ready. Can you guys hear me okay, Sam?
Yeah, but it's faint. But
Oh, it's faint? Okay. Let me
Yeah.
boost it up just a bit. Hopefully you can hear the application, but let's do that. Is that a little better?
yeah, a little bit.
Because nobody really paying attention to what you're saying, Ben, anyways. All right, I'm going to try to do the reset here. Let's see what goes. No, you know what? Oh, I got to do that. Let me trip it.
Is the shooter ready? Stand by.
What is that? That's 3.45?
3.45. Okay.
Okay. Oh, you writing it down for me, Sam?
Yeah, I'm writing it down. I just was like, I couldn't see it on the screen.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I just got to reset it.
Is the shooter ready? Stand by.
Okay, that's 4.04. And I'm going to do the next one. You ready for the next one, Sam?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Is the shooter ready? Stand by.
That comes out as 5.88. Oh, 2 misses. Nice. I got to try both edges of the target, I guess. And then I'll do the last one.
Is the shooter ready? Stand by.
Okay, that puts me at 5.20.
You got one more. Then you have one more.
Oh, I got one more? Oh, I'm so eager to get
Told
off the
you.
platform.
I told you. The embarrassment.
Okay. All right, let's do that one more time. Yeah, I want to sit my butt down at this point. Here we go.
Stand by.
Okay, 3.95.
What is it?
3.95.
I think mine is due to a chronic influx of laziness. So let's see here. Plus 5.2 plus.
So Chris and Olivia, what's on this stage, what is typically a good time? I mean, if you're shooting for a good time, what is a good one to have?
Like a total time or a string time?
I guess both. What would be a good string time if you're grooving?
Like a really good one would probably be like twos, probably mid twos is probably like a good time.
Like a 2-3, 2-5 type of thing?
Yeah, this would be good. Total time would probably just like a 10.
Yeah.
10 would be pretty good. Even
Really?
like-
So Chris, you hit 10.65. So you that's a pretty good time. And then Olivia was below 10.
yeah, he knows what he's talking about sometimes. That's why I listen to him.
So
And that's why I'm talking so Sam can't say my score. I'm keep talking so he can't hear it.
reality, when we do this, a new shooter, with a pistol's a lot easier than rifle. Or
Okay.
sorry,
He's like, what are you talking about?
rifle's a lot easier than pistol. It's a lot faster. The
Okay.
rifle is much faster due to fourth point of contact and everything else. But a good pistol time for a new shooter in this, we would say, or for a kid that's just starting, is under 100. 100 seconds total on all 4 stages.
100 seconds total.
Yes. So when you're talking like, just say Olivia shot at 34, right? That's when we say a 34. That's 16 streams, right? So you're shooting 4 bays 5 times. You drop your slowest time, so it's 4 times 4, 16.
Gotcha.
So you're shooting 16 streams in 34 seconds.
Okay. Okay.
A good shooter is going to be a good shooter will be in the low 30s, low to mid 40s. Okay.
Mm. So
what we say is that, and this is what I tell all the kids on my team is strive for 3-second averages. And that's 3 seconds across the board, including go fast, which are where anything under, like, there's people doing it in under a second, but
wow. Okay.
there are very, very few. But in all reality, it's like a 1.5.
Yeah.
A 1.5 is pretty average, but a 1.2 is really fast.
Oh, I was hoping you would save that pretty average comment for after we shoot, so I won't feel so like, oh, now we're shooting
this for the kids that have been doing it a long time.
I mess up and don't get a 1.5, a 1.2 all the time.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
2 threes. It's not fun, but
But I would say that striving for 3-second averages across the board is actually good. And if you did that, you'd shoot a 48.
Okay. Okay. So Sam, what did I do on that one?
Well, removing your worst string, your total was a 16.64, so you averaged out to a 4.14.
Okay, so we're trailing the a decent at time. So
I was like, Chris, we could have said this way after when people had forgotten my times.
So what do you guys think is the next stage we should go to? We'll do, and folks are watching. We'll do a quick teardown. In fact, this is almost akin to moving to the next bay. When you're done with your stage here, you're going to go to the next bay. This is the equivalent of doing that. So what do you think is the next stage we should do, or what do you normally would see happen?
Maybe focus.
Focus?
It's another kind of hard one.
Okay. We're going to swap this out. In fact, that was speed trap, so we'll do speed trap there, and we'll do focus next. Okay, we're going to do a swap out. You're going to see what's going on here, and we'll be back in a minute or two.
Oh.
Stand by.
We have these magnets on. Can you help?
No.
Okay. Then I won't help. Give me. I'm done. You want it to be where you can see you?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So let's see what we have there. I'm going to set up. I'm going to call up my focus stage, and you know what? I'll save for this. I'll save calling up my targets in my setup for when I go live. That way people can see there's a way to do this quickly if they want to practice and they've already have it set up. They don't have to create everything from scratch again. So we'll do that. And Olivia, how long have you been shooting SASP? Because I know you've been doing other competitions too, but how long have you been shooting SASP?
About like 4.5 years, I think.
Okay.
Around that.
And you are currently a junior or senior?
I am a sophomore.
Okay.
Don't look at the
Sorry about,
This patch is wrong.
sorry about that.
This patch says I'm a freshman, but
I gotcha.
I'm not a freshman. This is someone else.
Oh, someone else's jacket? You didn't steal your brother's jacket?
No,
steal
I
your
don't go to
brother's-
Dripping. This is Dripping Springs. I don't go to Dripping Springs.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, Dripping Springs.
Yeah. Those losers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Sam, I'm going to, when I do mine, I'm going to do the restore the save setting so that people can see that with LASR Classic, there's a way to do it. You set it up ahead of time like you did on the video earlier for everybody. That way it's kind of a they can, if they don't know about it, they can actually see how it's done.
Yep. And I have to create these all from scratch. So
Okay.
my lack of preparedness,
No,
or
that's all right. That's right.
is it intentional?
You're just trying to show us how blazing fast you are in setting up.
Eh,
So who's going to shoot first, Olivia? I mean, is it typically the same? You keep the same rotation as you go to the next bay, or do people say, "Okay, I'll go first this time"?
It kind of depends what you prefer. Sometimes my squads prefer to go in the same order. Sometimes they don't. I prefer to go in the same order.
Okay.
They're kind of easier.
Okay. And that way, you make your dad warm up the targets and hit the steel, and then you come in afterwards and clean up.
Yeah.
So your father. Now I'm joking around with everybody. Actually, Chris, he's our friend, but he's also Olivia's coach and father and the team coach. Correct?
Yeah, he's my head coach for the.
There you go. Now, is there a difference between father and head coach? Which is tougher? Both the same way.
Coach. I don't know. It's kind of hard because I think it's harder to say which is tougher, my dad or my head coach, because it's
It's always been the same person.
He's hard on me. He's always been hard on me before he was head coach, so I think it's kind of.
There you go.
It is. He's the same person, no matter what.
One way or another.
Head coach.
And remember,
Yeah.
only winners get ice cream, right?
Oh, only when I get ice cream, which I haven't seen my ice cream.
Oh, well,
Well, we'll see after this. You might be going to Dairy Queen after this to get ice cream. I don't know.
You need a cake.
So who wants? So Chris, I guess you'll go first again.
Yeah.
If you want to show the view or anything like that.
yeah.
I gotta go do all the things.
Yeah.
So I'll keep track of the time here.
Jump scare guys with me.
Jump scare. I'm going to switch to a large view. There we could see Chris again.
See.
What you need, bud?
Are you ready? Stand by. Miss. Miss.
That one looked like a hit. 326.
3.26.
Now you don't watch the whole time. That one looked like a hit though.
Are you ready? Stand by. Miss. Miss.
Ooh, a 431.
431. Okay.
Are you ready? Stand by. Miss.
A 333.
333. Okay, so much for consistency. 333.
Are you ready? Stand by. Miss. 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 Miss.
519
519. Okay.
to the left.
Are
Okay.
you ready?
Sorry.
Stand by.
There you go. 234.
Wow. Okay. That's a big jump. Plus 2.34. And I think that's 5. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Yep.
And we will drop the 519.
Yep.
Comes out to be 13.24 with an average of 3.31. Okay. So I guess it holds true. An average of 3 is not bad. Now, Chris, I noticed that when you got him, I noticed you shoot fast. So you might hit the target 3 times, where sometimes I think when I'm shooting, I'm trying to put that well-placed shot. Is the game or the strategy, hey, man, shoot as fast as you can. If you have to shoot 2 or 3 times to hit the plate, do it. It's better than taking the slow aimed shot. Is that the way you would look at it?
Yeah,
Nope,
you can't miss fast enough to win.
You can't miss fast enough to win. Okay.
So
Okay.
the idea is to I don't know if you heard Olivia say you're missing all those to the left.
Yes. Yeah, I heard that.
So when Olivia said that, I moved to the right. I moved myself to the right, and I was able to pick up the shots.
You did it like you cut like a whole second.
I cut a whole second off by moving to the right.
Yeah, because you went from you were averaging around 3 or 4, then you dropped it to almost half of that, at 2, 3.
That's
2, 3,
right.
4.
So
Okay.
a lot of times is that you're in the right. It has to do with where you're standing, setting up yourself for a good shot, and making it to where you can shoot fast.
Mm.
You understand? So it's like a lot of times, some of these kids are shooting so fast that doesn't sound like it. It sounds horrible, but they're not really seeing their front sight as the same way as that you would think.
Gotcha.
When we first started training with this, and matter of fact, this is how we found this through a class I took, and I was like, this is amazing. And when I found out about LASR X, we started doing it, and I was like, this is really cool. Because we used to do dry fire stuff in the military.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is an amazing tool. Well, you can see that I do the same thing. When we practice here, yeah, you don't have the recoil or whatever else, but it's better than nothing. So when it's raining out, we're able to do this.
Gotcha.
It helps us figure out where we need to line up ourselves, what target I need to line up on, where I need to line up, and where I'm missing and how I'm missing.
So you're able to practice all the mechanics, natural point of aim, getting set up, your stance and grip. The only thing you don't get is the felt recoil, but that's what you get when you go out. That's when you get it in live fire. That's when you go for the realism.
It's easier to break down a problem when you don't have the recoil.
Gotcha.
So and that's
Actually, the problem is recoil.
especially if the problem is the recoil. So it is a very, this is probably one of the biggest tools that I can tell people to get. We had a kid on our team this year. He started off, he shot a 176 first match that he shot.
Really?
The last match, I believe he shot a 60. Xavier.
Look, I'll check.
So it's really interesting to see what it's like. I told him it's just practice. It's dry fire. It's drilling. It's just like everything else. You got to practice.
Gotcha.
So.
All right. So Olivia, are you the next one up, or Sam? Let's see. Oh, that was Chris. So we got to do Olivia. You want to go for that one, Olivia? And are you guys shooting the same cert pistol? Or are you guys using your own kind of
Yeah, we're doing the same one
rig? Okay.
in here.
Now, also, it looks like in scholastic action shooting, there is no movement when you're shooting, right? There's no stage with movement involved.
No.
Because
Okay.
it's for the kids, for the children.
For the young athletes.
Yes. I would. My mom would freak out if she saw me when I was 11 shooting a gun and moving. Oh man, mom would have freaked.
Oh, there we go. Chris changed the view just a bit. So there's a larger view of the time and the shot placement on LASR X.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready? Stand by. Miss.
That was a 2.92. Is that correct? I'm reading that right?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Are you ready? Stand by. Miss.
Ah,
You're all over.
I know.
394.
394, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you ready? Stand by. Miss.
And the first time I shot this was Monday.
Step to the right.
And that is, what is that? 3?
451.
4.
Are you ready?
1. Okay.
Stand by.
Oh, shucks.
Wow. Is that
293.
293 plus? Okay.
So, and that's the other thing is that if you say that you hit the stop plate twice, it counts. Every shot counts. So,
Really? Okay.
last string.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Two, 4-2.
There we go.
2.42. Okay. So I'm going to add that. Okay. 2.42. I'm going to add these up together. 2.92 plus 3.94 plus 4.51 plus 2.93 plus 2.42 equals 16.72 minus the longest, which is 4.51. You come out at 12.21 with an average of 3.05. Okay. And is this one of the toughest? Is this a tougher stage, or is this?
Stand by.
What is that?
Because I noticed it's a wider field of view.
Sorry, what did you ask?
I noticed there's a wider stage. Is this one of the tougher stages because you have such a wide shot and the targets are further back coming closer?
Stand by.
How do I stop?
It's talking to you. That's
Oh
why.
my gosh, I'm causing problems over here. I'm sorry. It is definitely a
Are
harder
you
stage.
Stand by.
Why
It's
is that?
it's probably picking up the lighting and everything. So that's probably why it's picking that up. You're gonna hit stop shooting and it'll do that.
Are you
So
ready?
Sam, you want to go ahead and take up the next stage? I'll give
Sure.
you the solo view. There you go.
All right.
So you got that all done while we're talking. So that
Yeah,
didn't
and
take that long
save.
to set up your targets.
Nope. Yeah, not that hard. Once you, I mean, and this one's relatively easy because it's just circles and
Circles,
your backdrops.
okay.
So, but once you get all that done, all I did was come down into my best friend button down in here.
The Sam button,
And
save and restore.
You just name it and hit save, and you know, make sure everything's set the way you need it to.
Gotcha.
And you'll be good to go.
And I'll show
So-
them because you set yours up. It didn't take that long, but I'll show them. I have mine saved, but then I'll readjust it to show them, hey, once you save it, you can just move it, bump it just a bit, and you're back on again.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Sutphin, Mr. Nebraska. Hey, by the way,
Stand by.
we'll go for it. .51.
Okay.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Ugh.
6.83.
Well, let's hope we can drop that one. I hope that's my worst one.
Stand by.
4.30. Okay.
It's really weird, like for me, like lefty doing this because I normally don't address my targets that way.
Oh, you
Stand
let
by.
advantage.
3.47. Okay.
How many more do I got? One more?
Yeah, one more.
Are you ready?
One more for glory, man.
Stand by.
That is 4.49. Okay. The magic calculator plus 4.49 and my gopher fingers or my short stumpy fingers. 23.6 total, and we'll drop the 6.83. You have a 16.77 for an average of 4.19.
Terrible. Terrible.
4.19. There you go. Now that's the how is it? So it was kind of odd because I'm gonna shoot lefty too. I'm a right eye dominant, but I shoot lefty. So we'll see how this goes. That's gonna be.
Oh,
interesting.
wow.
Yeah, I'm one of
So
those
wait.
weird ones.
You're right eye dominant.
I do everything. Yeah, I'm right eye dominant. I'm sorry. I'm left eye dominant, right hand. Everything else is right-handed and right side. It's my shooting eye that's on the left.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I'm just one of those weird guys. And my PMI in the Marine Corps said, "Oh, wait a minute. No wonder you're messing up. We got to reset you."
Olivia's the same.
Shoot right.
There's only so many perfect people like us in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Where's the
yeah,
unicorns?
the unicorns? There you go. Let me see here. I'm going to go to the laser classic shooting view again. Let me find my application here, and I will try to share my screen here. Oh, my thing is telling me 2,184 calories I ate. No, not that I ate. But let me do this again. How come it's all shrank down? That's not what it's all weird.
If you have it, Ben, if you have it, if you've got a big monitor and you split your views and that's in the split view on the monitor, that's why it looks like that.
Oh, is it? Okay, let me see if I can do this.
So if you put it on a different monitor where it takes up the whole screen.
Okay, let me see if that works. Interesting. It's going to give me a scrunch up view no matter what. It's insisting on it. So let me see if I could do a quick hiccup repair. I'm going to go here. Yes, it wants to do that. So, okay, I'm going to go and adjust something so we can see the whole view again, and I'll widen it out. That's what I get for messing. Yeah, it doesn't like that. It thinks I am compressed, so I'm going to do widen it. There we go. And no, it doesn't. So I'm going to drop that real quick and bring it back on. Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties on my part. I'm going to bring in the application game view, and hopefully it'll give us the view again. Voila. Hopefully that's better.
There we go. Viola.
Viola. Yes. She's that's my neighbor, I think. Viola. Okay. So what I'm going to show here is Sam had actually set up his own targets manually in between stages. I built these ahead of time, and there's a feature here that Sam was talking about called save or restore setup. So you can do this all in advance ahead of time if you know you're going to regularly practice these stages and just call it up. So this one is, which one is a speed trap? Or focus?
We're
No,
on
sorry.
focus.
This is focus. So I've made the shot sounds, the color, the placement of the targets. I've saved it, and I'm gonna hit restore, and it should line it up pretty darn close. That's not bad. I'm not disappointed about that. So the backdrops, I'm just gonna nudge these things back into the space, and definitely it's a lot easier with a mouse than it is with your if you're doing a touch screen. I try to do this on a surface, and I will just make a hash out of things. I'm gonna do.
I
one
did
thing
have
with-
someone point out though that I'm glad you brought that up because he wanted to train with his iPad Pro, and he was like, Sam, these targets, trying to draw them with your fingers. I was like, yep, that's why I like a computer. I've got thick fingers and they don't agree with touchscreens. So what he did was I was like, hey, do you have an Apple Pencil? And so he just used his Apple Pencil to draw the targets, and he was like, made a world of difference. So if you're an iPad user and you can get your hands on an Apple Pencil, that'll make your life a lot easier when you're drawing targets manually.
Yeah,
That's a good point. That's a good point. Unfortunately, I'm only using a laptop or a desktop at this point. I don't have the luxury of the other device. So what are we going to do here? I'm going to do this. I will hit this reset button. It's over here on this monitor, and we should be good to go.
Is the shooter ready? Stand by.
Oops, almost hit that wrong target, man. Now I messed up my chess game there. That's what I get for not paying attention, I guess.
What is that?
Okay. I almost started with the stop plate. That would have been bad news.
Is that a-
0.57, it looks like it.
Oh, geez, yeah. Well, your run's done. You left 4 standing.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it.
So in that instance, you would have gotten the stop plate plus 4 misses, so it would have been at 12 seconds plus whatever it took.
Actually, I should just do that because I would probably be faster that way, even with the penalties.
No, no.
Because it's 12
For
seconds
some
plus
reason, it's not
whatever.
resetting on me, so I'm going to go ahead and take the mouse and just do the reset manually, but I probably didn't set it correctly, so
Is the shooter ready?
here we go.
Stand by.
Okay. That gets me at 4.63. Okay. It's better than shooting the stop plate and having to pick everything else up. Here we go. I'm going to reset.
Is the shooter ready? Stand by.
Okay. I get 359 on that puppy. And I will reset.
Is the shooter ready? Stand by.
Someone broke into our school.
How's that? Is that the fifth string? That shows
What is this one?
3.13. Am I going to sit down too early this time again or no?
Yeah. Well, if you sit down right now, you will be.
Oh, really? I have another
Yeah.
string? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I lost track.
How do you know you're getting old when
It is.
the 4th string? I tell you, I'm the same way. I'm like, oh, I'm tired.
Okay. We do enough damage there. That is 415. Put the headphones back on and join you guys. So that was 415, and
Okay.
that was an interesting feeling. I'm with you, Sam. Coming from a different direction, it feels kind of odd.
Yeah. I typically don't address my targets that way when I have the choice.
I address them, yes, sir, Mr. Target, no, Mr. Target. That's how I
You
address
give them a sir sandwich.
Yes, sir. So what was the time on that one you'd say, Sam?
15.44.
15.44. Oh, look at that. I'm in first
Beat me.
place. I'm just joking.
So if you want to do, I can actually show you how to set up the Laser X because I've got it ready to go. If you
yeah,
want
let's do that. Sam and I will change out our targets on the back end, and I'll give you the
we'll do
master
in and
view
out.
there, Chris.
We'll do in and out.
Okay, in and out. Okay, I'm going to put myself on mute.
Okay. Can you all see this real quick?
I can see you.
All right.
Yep.
So this is the Laser X app right here.
Don't worry, I'll be over here shooting that.
What's cool is we have auto align. So we can just click auto align. And there they are. So what I do is I click on like this target and I'll delete it. And that backdrop. And then this one, delete. Delete. And then I'll set up a remote at the bottom. And we will start shooting it. Or locking targets.
Chris, have you found that because a lot of people ask me about those finding targets, the finding targets function, and they go, well, it's not finding my targets. I'm like, then there's not enough. Usually it's because there's not enough distinction between whatever's behind the target and, the target itself. But I said most of the time it's actually too aggressive. Like, have you noticed that to be the case too, where it's like
the biggest is lighting. The
Yep.
lighting and the distance from the target that the camera is.
mm-hmm.
And like right now, I can't. Let me see. Actually, I'll show you exactly how close my camera is. So it's only it's not very far.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's where we're standing much farther back.
Yeah.
Than the
camera is.
Than the camera is.
Yep.
So in that way, we're able to really, it gets a good focus on it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
When we're traveling, we like to do it in the camper. And the camper, sometimes it washes out because of the lights, and we had to tape every light in the camper up so we could do it, and we had blue painter's tape over everything.
Oh, it was a mess.
It was a mess.
It looks like
yeah,
the Smurfs dungeon.
Oh yeah, it was interesting. So but it works out, and that's the biggest thing that we like about the Laser X is that we can pretty much go anywhere with it, and you can just use your iPhone, you can use your tablet, you can use whatever.
Yeah.
Settings right. Like I was saying, my friends, they just got it and they do the Laser X stuff on their phones, which making the targets is a nightmare. But with the finding targets thing, it makes it so much easier. Like I was like, we could do that. So it's, oh my gosh, yeah, just find some targets and just move them. Like if they mess up, you can just delete them real fast, easy peasy.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the ways, like Ben designed the targets that we sell intentionally so that there's enough distinction there, so it should pick them up pretty quick.
I mean, that just now, I mean, I literally just hung that poster and then hit auto align and it popped up everything and it got the little magnets I was holding up there and I just delete them real quick. Or, I mean, you could even delete them and make one of those your
auto reset.
Yeah. And I will point out, like, one of the things to note about these things is that with the auto align, just for people who don't know, it's a little bit of inside baseball, but basically, so that's part of the machine learning. That's part of Laser X. The way it works is that it is looking for shapes that are commonly shot at or commonly used as targets. So that those shapes have been input in there by the developers of targets that again are commonly shot at. So, but in order for it to identify a target, it has to be over a certain percentage sure that this is in fact a shape that you're going to shoot at. So if that distinction isn't there, that's when it kind of goes, nope, I'm not above my threshold of surety here, so I'm not going to outline it at all. But like I've had it where there's a soda can on the desk and it automatically outlines it, because that shape was so distinct in the camera's field of view that it went and outlined it.
we've had all kinds of different things get highlighted, but if it highlights it, and as long as the right targets are highlighted, you
Mhm.
just go click the ones that you don't want.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And that's, I generally am always kind of a manual target person, but like when we're doing stages, that's like, man, if I'm doing 12 targets, I'll go ahead and let the software attempt to find it because it'll save you time. Even if you have to delete a couple, it's
Yeah.
still way faster than drawing everything at once.
And
Oh,
you just clean out what's all the junk that you're not going to shoot at then.
Yep.
Okay. So who is, let's see here, Chris. If I look at it, 13. Olivia's in the lead total so far, but we won't add up the times yet. Chris is probably going to be second, and Sam and I are vying for third, I think. Somewhere in third. So, Chris, you going to go first on this one, on in and out?
Absolutely.
All righty. I'm going to give you the big view again.
Are you ready? Stand by. Miss. Miss.
373. I don't know if you can see it.
Okay. So 373.
Are you ready? Stand by. Miss. Miss.
It looked a little bit to the right.
Are you ready?
What was that? Olivia?
378.
4.78?
Miss. Miss. Miss.
353. I didn't get what the other one was.
I want to say it was a 378 is what I thought I saw, but it could be a 318. Give Chris
We'll give
the
one
benefit of the doubt.
378.
Are you ready? Stand by. Miss.
237.
237. Okay.
Final
One more-
string.
One more final string. There you go.
High
Best in-
mid.
Your best and final offer.
Are you ready? Stand by. Miss. Miss.
Oh,
444.
that was terrible.
4.4.
Yeah.
So we'll add 4.44 in there, and we'll take it out. I should have just done that. 13.41, I believe it is, and we'll divide that by 4, giving you 335. You're still talking in the 3, so that's is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, if I look at what you've had the last few times, I'm just gonna go back and take a look at it. Olivia gets up to a plate. 10.65 divided by 4, 2.66. So you're actually, that's not bad, actually. I guess it is in the time range you're saying is a decent time, is 3.3.
All right, we got Olivia.
Okay, Olivia.
We're almost right there.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Two, 4, 8.
248. Copy.
Are you ready? Stand by.
219.
219. Okay,
Sheesh.
wow. Okay.
Are you ready? Stand by.
209.
Getting faster. Okay, someone sharped me. Someone hustled me.
Are you ready? Stand by.
248. Turn it up. Yeah, final string.
Are you ready? Stand by.
174.
What is that? 1.7?
174.
Oh wow, man! You said turn it up. You definitely did. So 1.74.
So
Real minus the 248. Is that what we're looking at? Minus 2.
yeah, it'd be one of the 248s.
85 divided by 4. You're at 2.12 average.
That's yeah.
Oh, goodness sakes, 2.12 or 2.13 if you round up. And wow. So time wise, so you see these times normally. How do these stack up to what you know you're capable of doing on
Olivia
Wi-Fi?
can do that. Olivia can do that right there on this stage.
Really?
Pretty,
Okay.
pretty regularly. She's probably done better than that.
So folks who are wondering whether does this represent their actual, how close is it to their actual times because there's no recoil, you would say it's fairly accurate. You've seen these times actually on the live fire range then.
Yeah, actually I can if it'll let me pull it up, maybe it will.
But
Let me
I'd
give you the
say,
full view again.
Safely, I would probably add like half a second for the recoil.
Mm.
In all reality, just to like kind of be realistic about it.
But that's not half a second for each target. It's half a second across all 5 targets and all
Like
5
three
strings,
or
right?
five,
Okay.
yeah. Like the
Wow.
174, you'd add like half a second for.
So let's see. I'm looking at something real quick. This is
Sure.
I got my sheets up. So
A data guy.
typically, this year, in and out, right?
Yeah.
Is that what we're
That's
doing?
pretty quick. She's pretty quick on that one, but she can absolutely do that on there. And I don't know, when you heard me say turn it up, is because that she had a 248, a 219, a 208, and then a 248 again.
Right.
So she's already gotten a really good time. Okay, the time is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like, who cares if you shoot a 5? Who cares?
Gotcha.
You've already got you've got an 8 something. So it's now really turn it up and go fast. And she knocked out a 174 and she knocked out one of the 248s.
Nice. Okay. So
that's some of the strategy that we're doing. So
okay. And then Sam, if you want to go ahead and I'll switch over to you. So Chris, as a coach, you're there with the athletes, telling them that like, hey, go for it, go all out, let it hang. At this point, are you there as a coach telling them that when they're up on the firing line too?
We are definitely. I'm only one of I think 10 coaches that we have, but I'm the head coach. But all of my coaches are extremely. They want these kids to do well, and they're very talented at what they do as well.
Yeah, all the coaches are very good coaches. I think even some of our newer ones this year are doing very well. Like John Hudson, he's doing great. All of our coaches kind of have like the same understanding of like what to do, what to say, and like even with like independent kids, I don't like when my coaches. It's so stupid. I don't like when they say things to me while I'm cheating, which sounds so rude. But I don't like keep it up. Like I know it's meant to be nice, but it kind of sometimes will throw you off. Like you get in your head about it, or I do.
You have your laser focus going on. No pun intended, but you're really focused on what you're doing at that moment.
So
yeah,
and we're constantly, and that's like when I'm standing behind. A lot of times I'll have a coach. They're ROing or they're doing a safety officer. What we'll do is I'll stand in the back while a kid's shooting, and if I see him missing in a certain direction, I go, hey, I'll just say shift left, shift right.
Okay.
Turn left, turn right. Pivot left, pivot right.
Step by step.
And I'm always telling them like, hey, slow down a little bit, and that's like when you have 4 good strings, and that's exactly what just happened. Is that we had if she has 4 good strings, any of the kids we tell them, if you have 4 good strings, and you're clean, you got a good time, turn it up. Now let's see what you can really do. Let's really go for it and see. Let's blow it out of the water.
Gotcha. And it's what I want parents to hear when they hear about kids with guns. These are coaches. Chris, you've been you're a veteran.
Yes.
Other coaches probably have experience law enforcement. They've experienced with firearms, and they're there with the kids, coaching them every step of the way. You're not just letting kids run around.
And that's across the board. I think even on the other teams, there's a lot of military guys, a lot of law enforcement guys.
Gotcha.
One of my best coaches I have, he's a pilot, and he has been on. He's actually been on the team longer than I have, but he's a licensed to carry instructor. He's
So like all the
he's got a lot of instructor
all
stuff.
of the certifications he's got.
I've got another one of my coaches. He is retired TDCY, so he used to be a jailer for the Texas youth. And one of the biggest things, he doesn't even have a kid on the team anymore, but he loves to coach these kids because he wants to make a difference before it gets to the bad point. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And I've got Monty, was a retired safety guy from the oil field.
This makes sense. It's all adding up. Money.
I've got a guy that actually I've known. How we got on the team was one of my dad's friends was actually on the team, and I just randomly ran into him there, and he's a fountain. He just like outdoorsman, you know. And he started off the shotgun, and he got some coaches stuff, and he kind of asked me to come in. He's like, hey, you should check this out, maybe step up. And I was just like, well, you know, we'll see. And then it winds up we're here now.
Yeah.
You were here for the last 4 or 5 years now at this point.
Yeah. A lot of the coaches are like typically like guys that you see. Like if this would have been around whenever they were younger, they would have wanted to do it if they had the opportunity to. So then they come in and they like want to help the kids get to like best they can be, and they see us working really hard, and they work really hard. Like 2 of our coaches, other than Monty and Scott, they're there almost every practice. Monty just had like knee surgery, and he's been at practice showing up, helping people get their grass, and it's like they just really do love these kids, so like they're our family.
That's good. What I want to make sure we do before we get done, because we have 1.5 more stages to do. We want to tell people where they can find out about the club you coach here, Chris, especially if they're in your neck of the woods. Texas is pretty big, so you're like in a different state altogether. But no, if they want to find a club for their kids to join on SASP, we'll have you guys take us to the website so they can actually see. Some of the parents later on can see where they can take their kids to find out more about it.
Absolutely.
Okay, Sam, that's you then? Right?
Oh, unfortunately.
No, don't say that. Come on, man.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Three, 5, 5. Oh, come on, man. That's not bad. That's actually within Chris's 3-second range you talked about.
Ready? Stand by.
Three, 2, 9. Look at that. You hustled me also. Look, you're shaving it off. Okay.
Are you ready? Stand by.
4.51. Okay.
Are you ready? Stand by.
3.73. There we go.
Are you ready? Stand by.
5.34.
Well,
okay.
thankfully
Probably
that
going
one's
to drop
off.
out. 5.34. That's a total of 20.42, but we'll drop the 5.34 minus 5.34. 15.08. That will give you an average of, divided by 4. Oops, wrong one. I hit the wrong screen. Divided by 4 will give you 3.77. You're still in the ballpark.
Oh yeah, look at Sam go. He always thinks he's gonna do terrible.
Yeah.
On this, I am.
Yeah,
I might be able to hold my own with a PCC, but
I mean, all I'm saying, Sam, is I got a 31 something at state. I don't know what I got. Yeah, a 31 something? I don't know. Okay, now I gotta get back over to here.
Switch over to the screen.
Oh, he's telling me to do things.
All right, let's see how this goes.
Notes.
I got to remember, it's the middle one that I don't shoot first. I don't shoot across. All right, so let's see how this goes. I got the camera in the way. So I'm in a small 10 by 10 room, actually a bedroom converted to my home office. And the idea is that you can practice in it when you get done for dinner. So you're done for dinner before you hit the books, or maybe after you hit the books, you can do some dry fire practice. But the whole idea is to be able to do it in a confined space. Like Chris and Olivia, you talked about doing it in a camper, right? You were practicing or dry firing in a camper. This is hopefully representative of what most people do. If you have a 10 by 20 bedroom, lucky you, but not so much for me. All right, here we go. Go ahead, Sam.
Well, nothing. I was like, your screen just looks like you're not locked in.
Oh, not
Your
locked.
padlock's open.
Oh, really? Oh, you know what? I did.
It just looks. Yeah, I was like, it looks like there's too many points there to screen targets.
There we go. Well, I was going to ask to have a mulligan for charity.
Only on 22s.
Nasty. Okay. All right, we get a 4.99. All right, let me hit another one. Let's see here. Double tap on that guy. All right. Want to make sure, put a hole through that one. That is 4.92. That's a little trickier one. 3.70.
Did you say 370?
Roger that. 3.70. And then I got one more if I remember correctly, right?
Nope, you've got two more.
Okay. There we go. That was 276.
Okay.
And that should end it with a 376, so 1 second slower.
So here's what I was thinking. This is. Yep, that's all 5. Okay.
Okay.
Here's what I was. A scary thought occurred to me as you were shooting.
Uh-oh.
That Ben has a gun. Is that what you're saying?
This is true.
Nah.
It's
Yeah, I was
scary that Ben
thinking
has a
that
gun.
that in and of itself, I was thinking that's scary. But there are dudes that can run 40 yards faster than I can shoot that drill.
There are people that can probably run a mile pretty fast, you know, and it's crazy. Just running in general is crazy, Sam.
I would ruck 12
You know,
miles before I ran
But
5.
it's a good point, though. Interesting. You know how they say within, what is it, how many, a certain distance, if a guy has a knife close
21
enough to you?
21 feet.
21 feet, they can run it in X number of seconds. Yeah, that's quite a bit. I mean,
That's why. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I hear you. I was thinking about that. He said, if they can run 40 yards, I'm thinking 21 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why like I'm super concerned with my first shot off the draw all the time, because I'm like, if they're within 20 feet of you, you better have a knife or something, because you ain't getting that gun out faster than they're closing that distance.
So what was the time on that one, Sam? The
Let's
21?
see.
Don't say it so loudly. Maybe privately text it to me.
Okay. We call those sidebars. Everybody does them. Massive text thread and people on the side. All right. So let's see here. So it's a 15.14.
15.14. Wow. Okay. At least I'm consistent. 15 seconds. Right.
Yep. But you're still average. That was a 3.785 average.
Gotcha. All right. So I guess we'll switch over to, what is the last one? And I'll try not to kick over my camera, but is it Smoke and Hope? Or Go Fast? It's Go Fast. I'm thinking the wrong game.
Smoke on the Walmart. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go swap it out. I think Chris and Olivia probably have theirs already set up, so I'm going to go and swap mine out real quick.
Oh, I'm not ready.
Stand by. Are you ready? Stand by. Are you ready?
Nope.
Stand by.
Told you I am not ready. Boys, if you're watching this, go to bed. The other day, my wife texted me, goes, the kids found you on YouTube. I was like, uh-oh. They're like, it's funny, like we were talking about that, you know, just the joys of being young. Like, so baseball season's upon us, and a couple people in the house are Yankees fans, and so my wife told me today that the kids were devising a plan to make money so that we could move to New York City.
It's a horrible idea.
Yeah, I don't want to be around a bunch of people. I personally am I don't like crowded spaces, but yeah, I was like, it's funny, you know, like I'm like, oh, the mind of a child, you know, to be like, oh, it's so easy. We'll just sell 10 million rubber band bracelets and for $1, and then we can move. Like, guys, Dad's thinking like in the mountains, in the middle of nowhere. You know.
And he wants New York City, you said?
Well, the kids, because the Yankees play there, and then they can go and watch their favorite players. And
That's why they have TV.
yeah, I love that, you know. So speaking of baseball, favorite teams?
Favorite teams?
Ben, yours is the Padres, isn't it?
It used to be when Tony Gwynn was on the team, but I haven't watched baseball in a long time.
Well, just don't pick the Dodgers.
I'd say the 1990s Rangers with Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, okay.
Ah, yes.
It's the Rangers' year this year. If only could have been the Boys this year. It could have been the Cowboys' year. It might be the Stars' year, guys. They're in the playoffs right now. We're 3-2.
Olivia watches hockey.
I have a poster
Oh.
of Trevor Zegras over here to motivate me because he's on a terrible team, but he's so great.
And you know, which is not an inference of you saying
No,
motivation to be.
Yeah, you know that went.
Oh no. No, I didn't mean it like that.
I know you did it. I just had to point it out.
Oh man. I'm
Let's
fighting
do-
to keep my spot on the team, man. I got these people catching up real fast.
Let's do a quick drop for you, Olivia. I know people will be watching this, but I'm gonna run something across the screen. I'm gonna put Livy Live Shot here, so it's Olivia and her coach. And if you want to follow Olivia, would you say Instagram is probably the place to follow you, or do you have other channels you go to?
Well, you're gonna have to repeat that, Ben. I think it messed up here.
Oh, did it? Okay, I'm sorry. I was gonna say, Olivia, let's do a drop for you. I was gonna say, if folks want to follow you and your shooting, I guess, progress from Scholastic Action Shooting, and you even do Steel Challenge. I've seen you do that before. You did it in Talladega last year. Where's the best place for them to follow you and follow your progress and learn more about your shooting prowess and your shooting sports? Would it be live? Would it Livy Live Shot at Instagram, or do you have other channels you go to?
The Libby Live Shot Instagram or Facebook is probably the best. 'Cause they're
Libby Live
yeah, Libby Live Shot. They're both linked together, and I'm on there for a bit.
Okay, and then how about who are your sponsors? I mean, I know we work with you guys quite a bit, but do you have other sponsors that, hey, these guys support you and they're with you in your corner when you go out to the range every day and every time?
Y'all obviously laser. Voodoo Tactical helps a lot. Axle Targets, Grizzly Ears, Texas Pie Company.
There you go. Any ammo companies supporting you?
No, not yet.
Oh, come on, guys, step up to the plate. Ammo is the most important thing. She has the pies, she has the gear and the bags, but and the hearing protection, Ear Pro.
I know. Waiting on it, Ben.
Waiting on it.
Don't
Okay.
worry.
Well, I mean, Olivia's pretty busy because she does schooling, and like she said, she's still a sophomore, but she's doing this this is your sports program that you do on a regular basis, and you travel with dad and mom and the whole family. I've seen you guys on the road. So, guys, if you like to know more about Livy Live Shot or Olivia Albertson, not Anderson, but Albertson,
Yeah,
follow her on Instagram. Yeah, follow her on Instagram. Give her a like and a thumbs up as well.
I can show on my door.
Well, if they sponsor you, they can call you all sorts of stuff as long as they sponsor you.
Yeah,
True.
whatever you want to call me, I'm here for it.
Good deal. All right, so the next one up is Chris, right? Chris, you're going to take it. Now, this is the fastest stage. Is it correct? This is the equivalent of, what did we call it? Smoke and Hope. This is Go Fast.
Would be the one that's closest to this for Steel Challenge.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
this stuff.
So we're looking at everything. All the numbers are going to be to the right of the decimal point, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
No. Hopefully. That'd be nice.
All right.
Are you ready? Stand by. Miss.
Oh, I hit the stop button.
141 with 2 misses.
One with 2 misses. So what would that be? Additional
That would be additional
6
6 seconds, so a 741.
741. Wow. Okay, because that's the 2 miss. Okay.
Yeah, I hit the stop plate before I went back and got it.
Oh, gotcha.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Sheesh.
151.
151. All I heard was click, click, click. It couldn't even get through the lag on the computer.
Are you ready? Stand by.
153.
Okay. 153 it is.
Are you ready? Stand by.
A 163.
163. Okay. One last string, Chris.
Are you ready? Stand by.
A 158.
I was listening to that one. I just closed my eyes. 1.58. So total of 1366. We will drop the 7.41. 6.25. Chris walks away with 6.25 with an average of 1.56 on that. 1.56. The laser's a little too slow on that one, I think. I heard the green laser's faster.
Yeah, yeah.
So we got Olivia live shot.
Ready? Stand by.
174.
1.74. Okay.
Are you ready? Stand by.
164 with a miss.
So 164, then you add a 3 on there. Is that what it is?
Yeah, plus 3.
Oh, plus 3. So that's 3.64. Okay.
It'd be 4.64.
Oh, 4.64. I forgot that.
Are you ready? Stand by.
She paid me to drop that.
215.
1.5. Okay.
Are you ready? Stand by. Miss.
212.
212, even with the misses. Goodness sakes.
Last string.
Are you ready? Stand by.
156.
156 plus 1.5. Oops. 0.56. Now let me add that up. I messed that up, man. 1.74 plus 1.64 plus 3 plus 2.15 plus 2.12 plus 1.56 equals 12.21. We'll take off the 4.64. You got a 7.57. Sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that gives an average of, divided by 4, average of 1.89. Okay. All right. Sam, you have the honors next.
Oh.
What was that? Was that a moan? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, well, I getting to the point of my life where noises just come out of me.
You're making noises, your dad's
Yeah.
noises.
Yeah.
You know,
All
Chris
right.
and Olivia are waiting for us to finish off so they can eat their nuggets at this point.
No, we already been eating them the whole time.
Oh, while they were shooting, they were strong hand shooting and you're eating at the same time. I like that.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Oh.
What? Oh, so was
There's
that
a miss in there. A 2.2 with a miss, so a
plus 3, so that's
5.2.
5.2. Okay, okay.
All right. Dang it.
Are you ready?
He's letting it all hang out
Stand
now.
by.
2.58.
Are you ready? Stand by.
2.20.
I felt like I was going fast on that one.
That was.
Are
That
you
was
ready?
fast.
Stand by.
Oh, did it again.
Oh,
Did it again, Edgar.
2.21 plus 3. Okay. Last
Are you
one.
ready?
Best and
Stand
final.
by.
2.16. All right. All right. Let's add that up. Let's add that up, Sam. That's not bad. 2.20 plus 3 plus 2.58 plus 2 point, if I can add correctly, plus 2.21 plus 3 plus 2.16 will drop, that's 17.35, but we're going to drop a 5.21. Minus 5.21, one of those. 12.14, so that comes out 12.14. I'll divide that by 4, and we are looking at 3.03. You're consistent, man. You're in the threes on an average of each one.
Am I?
3.3, 3.04, I guess you rounded it. Yeah, because 3.04, 3.77, 4.19, and the other one I didn't average out. Okay.
We'll say that average was a 2.6.
We'll say it was a
generously.
00, man. That's really good. Okay.
007.
I'm going to switch mics here. Change shooting view. Let's see if that works. Okay. I'm going to open mine up and let's see here. How do I do this? Oh, no, it would help if I stop talking to myself. There we go. So I have to lock this down for it to work. I have so many screens I'm losing track of what I'm supposed to touch and what I'm not supposed to touch. There we go. So we're locking down the targets. And so Chris, this is the fastest stage of all typically, is that right? Would that be fair to say? This is typically the fastest stage that the athletes will shoot?
Unless you get caught up with yourself.
Yeah, I think it is, but I think it's this stage is tricky because what a lot of happening is it's like you think you can go faster than you really can.
Mm.
And a lot of times it's kind of a mind game with you a lot of times on this one.
Okay.
So, and we're trying to it's just a different stage. But yes, for as far as average times, yeah, this is one of the fastest. This is one of the fastest stages.
Okay.
Typically,
I guess,
a lot of people do this.
Is that temptation to go fast and you end up hitting the stop plate sometimes as you transition? Is that what happens?
The other one is M and V are pretty fast. M's can be really fast as well.
Okay. I heard about that pop quiz one, but we won't talk about that right now.
That's no good.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to give this a shot. Let's see how we do. And I'll do it in 5 this time. Dang nabbit. Okay, I lit up on the trigger that last one. Okay, 2.68. 2.68. Here we go again. 2.10.
2.1 what?
2.10.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm realizing I should have taken time to get the sight in and natural point of aim first, but I didn't do that on my other stages.
Oh, so it's a miss.
Yes. Okay. So
Those are rough.
2.36 plus 3 because I shot the stop plate before I went back and picked it up. Okay.
So 5.36.
5.36 it is. Okay. Let's try again. That's 3 strings, right? 2 more?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. That is 2 even. So the last one, I guess I'll let it all hang out. Okay, let's see what happens. 2.28. Yeah, because that miss, boy, that added the extra time on that. That's so much for letting it all hang out. I don't want to
Still did.
that stuff. Showing that junk, I guess. All right. So let me go back to the solo view, and we will bring it back around here because it's the end of the evening. We did this for about 1.5 hours. The quick tally up, Sam or Chris, if you want to talk about Scholastic Action, I'm gonna try to add up the times, and I'll see who came in first place and who can get the who gets the trombone and who gets the applause.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn it over to you because that way you can talk about your local club too. If folks are looking to join and are looking for you guys, Where would they find you, and where do they find the national organization to find out more?
You know what? I'm gonna do something real quick.
Okay, go for it.
Which one is what?
While you're looking at that, Ben, you got a 9.06 was your total with the
9.06. Okay.
2.265 as your average.
2.265. Okay, thank you. Let me do this here.
All right. I'm gonna take you. I'll go ahead and can y'all hear me pretty good?
Yep. Can
Yep.
hear you perfectly.
All right. What we're gonna do is we're going to go to the SASP page. This is mysasp.com. And this is where you can find out about joining a team. And actually, this team, that's JJ Ricazza right there in the center. He's an amazing shooter. He's a super nice guy. This is a notice for Illinois residents. You have to be 18 or older.
Oh, that's new.
But,
that's new. It didn't used to be there.
Yeah, there's also there's a whole bunch of other stuff. But this team right here is the Lone Star Shooters out of Houston. They're based out of all over Houston area. In Cleveland, they practice in Cleveland, Texas, and I think they shoot their competitions there as well. But on this page, this is just mysasp.com right here, and you can come down and learn about it. You can join a team, and this is all. You can go up here. You want to click down here on the bottom. It says SASP.
Wow. So they have that many clubs. I mean, are there all the red pins?
I got the wrong. This is SASP right here. Boom. So this is the SASP page. If you are in Texas, there's all of our teams right there. We've got quite a few of them nowadays, but I've never heard of them.
They should have
Chanda. This is Allen Eagles. They usually come around really good. They're right there in Waxahachie, Texas. And we've got Permian Basin Young Guns right here in Midland area, which they are they shoot at Midland Shooters Association, and they have their own range as well, right next to Midland MSA.
And for folks who don't know it, everyone in Texas has a swimming pool and their own gun range in the backyard.
That's right. We're only 50% there.
Okay.
I guess we got the laser gun range.
One day we'll get that pool.
Yeah. So Permian Basin, they're great people up there. Very nice.
All the teams are nice. I can't think of any.
Texas Hill Country Junior Marksmen. They are based out of Comfort, it says, but I think their coach is Brooke Dorman. She's amazing. And we've got
Her daughter and one of my friends tied.
Yeah, they
First
did.
tie we ever heard of.
First tie we ever heard of. It was pretty crazy.
Now, if you think about the total number of kids in a club or athletes in a club, how many would you say there are? Does it run the gamut? Do you have one kid, one club, or do you have to have a certain number of?
You don't have to have. You can have one kid, but we have right now in Central Texas Shooters, which is us, which I'll show you where we are located at. If I can click out of here, we are right there. We are the Central Texas Shooting Team. I am the head coach, but we have 43 kids on our team right now. We had 81 last year, which I think we were either the largest or the second largest shooting team in the nation. Then you have, but you could basically go all over. And this is a great way to find it. Williamson County is also a good shooting team. It's right up here. And you got A&M Pistol Team, Lone Star Shooters, Warren, Texas, and Let It Rain is a brand new team. And I think they only have 4 shooters on that team.
Okay. So you don't have to be huge and super established. You can just start off. In fact, I remember when we first got into this space, there were some clubs that were asking us to help sponsor them with gear so they can actually get started. So definitely, it's growing. It's definitely growing.
But you can actually start a team. If you're interested in starting a team, this is a great place to do it. It is probably one of the best things I've been involved in a long time.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. They've got a lot of good stuff.
In the national website is mysasp.com. That's what we have run on the bottom of the screen. But I hear they have both action shooting and shotgun, right? They have a shotgun side of the house as well.
They do have a shotgun side of the house, and that is actually through SCTP.
SCTP, okay.
Which is this one right here. It's mysctp.com.
Okay, so mysctp for shotgun, mysasp for action shooting for what we're doing here.
Yeah, and they have the same thing. You just go very similar page.
And they're both under the SSSF, Scholastic Shooting Sports Foundation.
Okay. And who's the main guy? If someone doesn't have anyone in their state or close by, who's the main person they normally talk to for that, to find out, hey, how do I start one up if they're interested in doing that for their?
I
for
would
their
contact for SASP. I would contact John or Rick Leach.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it here.
And we're going to dox them on the internet with
This is John. This is John and Rick Leach. This
Okay.
is Rick. He's been around a long time. He just did a video conference with all his coaches. This is his son Rick, and I believe his wife as well is on executive assistant.
There you go.
So they are all very knowledgeable. John has been around on the teams. He was on, I think, a youth team. He went to college, and now he's the national director of development. That's what it is.
Okay.
So there's lots of it, and every one of these guys are always willing to help. If you find a team in your area, reach out to them, talk to them. If you want to start a team, reach out to a coach that just get on here, find a coach in the area, and they will point you in the right direction. I think everyone on this organization wants this organization to grow bigger.
Gotcha.
Right now, I believe that Texas, on our state championship, we just did 428 or 430 guns at the last match. But I believe that at Nationals in Marengo, Ohio, at the Cardinal Shooting Center, it is the largest action shooting event in the nation. So,
really? And it's youth. It's the youth getting involved in there.
Absolutely. It is so it is the primary source of. It's just huge. I mean, I can't explain it to you.
Gotcha. And I think it's good because in the news, and not to get political or anything like that, but in the news, you always hear about the bad side of firearms, kids messing with the firearms and all that stuff. But in this case, you have youth learning how to handle the firearm properly in the way it's supposed to be under the supervision of professionals, law enforcement, instructors. And Chris, you're an Army vet. You've seen action. Sam is an Army veteran. I was a Marine Corps reservist. So there are folks who get involved and really, really engage the kid so that the first time a kid touches a gun is not finding it out of a mom or dad's drawer unsecured or out of his buddy's backpack when they're messing around in some type of place.
I know my mom grew up in Dallas, and she said one time, she was like, the only people with guns were cops and gang members, and was this whole kind of taboo thing. My grandpa was in the military as well, but she wasn't he didn't really hunt or anything. And so she was worried whenever we first joined and everything about her daughter with guns and stuff. And then she went to a competition and she saw how well everyone handled it, and it was safe, and that was something that made her feel more comfortable. Because my she's not anti-guns, obviously, as I shoot them all the time, but she definitely was never oh yes, Olivia, go play with guns. It was never. That would go into it.
Well, I've seen your mom at the range many times. In fact, I think I ran into her more times than Chris, because Chris is constantly down at the bottom of the range with the athlete shooting, and mom is running a lot of the relay back and forth, trying to keep things going, or trying to take care of stuff that while Chris, you're down there down range, she's back up at the, I'll say, the hooch or the shed, trying to work things out. So it's funny. I saw her quite a bit when we were out there doing your Texas event 2 years ago, I think it was.
Yeah.
Out and about around trying to keep
There
me
you
calm.
go. I remember Texas Pie Company. That's the one I remember. Okay, I'm gonna find an excuse to step away from the range and go down there and have some pies.
I was hanging out up there. I was snacking, working, doing my
It is very
in AC.
There's no type of kid that you can fit the mold for it. If every kid that I've met so far they've been baseball, football, computer nerds, they've been everything spanned. I mean, just because you don't think every kid is welcome to join, and a lot of it, these kids get a lot of time to work on self-discipline, learning a lot how to work through problems. And the biggest thing at SASP is it's a youth, how would we say?
Development, I don't know.
Yeah, youth development program.
Like
Gotcha.
I just talked to someone who used to be on the team this past year, and he kind of stopped. But the reason he joined was to make sure like that he knew how to use a firearm correctly and how to be safe with it. And I think that's a big part of kind of why parents and like why my mom was kind of open to it, was to make sure that it was being safe and everything. It's a very well run and very safe place. And it was, what was it? This is like there's only there's two sports less dangerous than like shooting, and it was darts and billiards, I think.
But usually end up playing both of those in a bar or a pub. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. If you're walking around in a pub, man, you get hit in the head with a donut
Yeah.
or a pool cue. Come on, man. But I guess they're not a league tournament now, are they?
Yes, there you go. Well, we're not going to play lawn darts or anything like that. We'll keep out of there. But let me read you the guys. Let me read the score for you guys. In fourth place, with and tell me if these times sound right. We have Mr. Nebraska with 58.56 seconds on those 4 stages. So that's 58.56. Not too far behind, and in 3 from first place, put it that way, is me, North Texas. I'm in 3rd place at 56.28 seconds. Now it's between the coach and the athlete.
Oh,
And if you're wagering, guys, so here's what we're looking at. With 43.55 seconds on the 4 stages that we have Chris Albertson, and he has 43.55, and Olivia comes in tonight with 37.52 seconds.
I want to be in the 30s. So that's my goal.
so, and that sounds about right.
Does it sound about right? Okay.
Especially if if you're coming from a low ready and you're shooting 22, or even if you're shooting 9 mil, you guys have been doing this a while, so it's not like you're just coming out of the gate with no experience at all. So, and I would say that that's going to be very close to what it would actually be.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting that the stages and the center boxes, because on these posters, folks, the posters, the cert pistols, the software, you can all find that on our website. But it's interesting. If I didn't pay attention to it, like Sam, I think Sam, you had mentioned it, the starting box or the shooter's box was actually off to the side, not dead center on some of these stages. So it made you rethink. So I thought it was interesting.
So here's the other deal: is that actually all of these stages you're supposed to be there's the shooter's box is centered to the middle target.
Okay. So that would have been the middle target, even though it was a second from the right-hand side. So that is a pretty wide range then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, that's good. One last thing. I usually like to mention folks that we work with. So we were releasing a lot of videos recently on our YouTube channel, and some of you may have seen it. These are the Shooter Ready Challenge videos that have been going on since, I think, 2019, I think it started. And it features Riley Bowman, I slaughter his name, from Concealed Carry Inc. So want to acknowledge those guys for putting out those videos. We sponsored those videos along with them. So feel free to check those videos out on YouTube. They're full lessons from a person who shoots a lot and instructs a lot of classes on a regular basis. You'll find Riley there talking about classes. There's more videos to release, and those are full lessons, both from self-defense. There's going to be one about how to set up your dojo, and there's also ones for competitive shooting there. So if all aspects or walks of your gun craft, you'll find it there. But one of the things we like to point out is first aid is a big thing. You carry a firearm, but sometimes a trauma afterwards, a firearm or any type of accident, it's always handy to have a first aid kit. And we want to talk about Mountain Man medical kits that you can find at Concealed Carry Inc. We're scrolling the link down below. They're medical kits. And Sam, we have those in the office. You want to show them real quick what those are? And Chris, you might recognize some of this stuff.
Oh yeah, Chris will recognize a lot of this. So this is one of the kits that all the Mountain Man medical kits are designed by Doc. I call him Doc. His name's Brian, but he was a combat medic.
Navy corpsman.
And so yeah, I mean, he knows what he's talking about when he built these kits together. And so like in it, you're gonna have, and it's kind of hard to show you, but this is the ultra, ultra kit. But it's got things like splints in there. It's got your gauze or acrylics. It's got SWAT tees in there. It has it has a pen, so you can timestamp them tourniquets.
It's got a pin in there. You can use it as a tray.
I mean, I would trust Doc to do a trach. I never learned how to do a trach.
That's a dirty infantry guy. That's what I'm doing.
I might do an IV. I might do an IV if I had to, but that's about it. I ain't doing no trach. I just go, Doc. It's like when you have to call for fire, you just yell at the fister. Dude, you're here for a reason. Come do your job.
If not, you get bored, you can give yourself a tattoo, just like Sam has He's self-tattooed himself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's tap man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
So, and Sam, we have that in the office, and Sam has it as well. Those are awesome things because I figure if Doc can keep jar heads stitched together for all the foolishness that we do, it's going to keep the average gun owner and average person who needs a medical kit together as well.
And that
person you don't mess with in the Army infantry, and that's just medic.
Yep, medics. You just leave our medics alone. They're ours.
You cannot.
One of the things I do want to point out that they have in here is they have nitrile gloves, and it sounds very silly to point that out. But the reason I point that out is I've been in situations where I've come up on an accident. I came up on an accident one time, and EMS hadn't even got there yet. And at this point, I saw somebody getting removed from a vehicle, which is really what made me stop because I'm going, why are they pulling them from a vehicle? But needless to say, the situation kind of called for it. But people are rotating, doing compressions on this person, but I'm coming up and I have no gloves on at the time. And I wish ever since then I threw nitrile gloves in my cars because coming up, it's I can't even help do a bunch of compressions on people. Granted, they had everything covered, so but at the same time, looking at that and going, man, I wish I would have had some gloves, because those are just situations you gotta think about. But yeah, that kit stays here in the office because I am prone to cutting myself on. Where are they?
There are no cans of dip or cigars or cigarettes in there, unfortunately. That's the bonus kit that comes with it, I think.
Well, I was like, we need to talk about that.
But no, that's good. We definitely want to point out the folks that we work with, Concealed Carry Inc. and Mountain Man Medical for putting those medical kits together. We use certs, so you saw all of us using certs tonight. They're on our website as well, the software and the targets likewise. But if you have any questions, hopefully you get an idea what you can do with this dry fire software that we have in these kits. You don't have to do it by yourself. We might do this on a more regular basis and get more people involved as we perfect this format. But for Chris, Olivia, Sam, and myself across the U.S. here, we want to thank you for joining us, and stay tuned for the next time we do this, and we'll do an open invite. So if you've got the camera and the gear and you want to join in, we'll find out. When we'll do next time. Stay tuned. But the time to beat is going to be 37.52. That's what stands for the first unsanctioned dry fire SASP match. All right, guys. Well, thanks much. We'll talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.